Breaking news, NASA announces. Mars is now habitable, no spacesuits, no domes, just fresh air, flowing rivers, and green landscapes. Imagine the headlines, first flights to Mars sold out, real estate boom on the red planet. But hang on, what does a habitable Mars actually mean? How did we get here? And what would life look like on our cosmic neighbor? Let's dive into this mind-blowing possibility. For Mars to be considered habitable, it would need three essential ingredients: a breathable atmosphere, liquid water, and protection from radiation. Right now, Mars is far from that. Its atmosphere is 100 times thinner than Earth's and mostly made of carbon dioxide. Temperatures? They can drop to minus 125 degrees Celsius at night, and don't forget the lack of a magnetic field, which means constant bombardment from deadly solar radiation. But what if, overnight, these problems were solved? Scientists have actually been brainstorming ways to make this happen. One idea is to release greenhouse gases to warm up the planet, a process called terraforming. Elon Musk famously suggested nuking the polar ice caps to release CO2 and create an atmosphere. Sounds extreme, but it's a theory. In 2021, NASA's Perseverance rover conducted a groundbreaking experiment called MOXIE, which successfully turned Martian CO2 into breathable oxygen. Imagine scaling that up. And did you know that scientists are even exploring the idea of placing giant mirrors in orbit around Mars to reflect sunlight and heat the planet? It's like sci-fi meets reality. If Mars became habitable tomorrow, the first thing to expect would be chaos. Governments, private companies, and billionaires would race to stake their claim on the new frontier. Think of it as the space-age gold rush. Rockets would be leaving Earth non-stop, carrying settlers, scientists, and let's face it, influencers live streaming their Martian adventures. But here's where it gets tricky. Mars might be habitable, but that doesn't mean it's ready for millions of humans overnight. Food, water, and shelter would still need to be produced. And let's not forget the psychological challenges of living on a planet where the horizon is red, the air smells different, and Earth is just a tiny dot in the sky. Here's something wild. Because Mars has only 38% of Earth's gravity, you'd weigh much less. A 70-kilogram person would weigh just 26.5 kilograms on Mars. So jumping around like a superhero, totally possible. And the geography. Mars isn't just a boring red desert. It's home to Olympus Mons, the largest volcano in the solar system, 3 times taller than Mount Everest, and Valles Marineris, a canyon system that makes the Grand Canyon look like a crack in the ground. Mars would be a playground for adventurers. So what happens to Earth if Mars becomes habitable? For one, we could finally ease some of the pressure on our overcrowded planet. Imagine millions of people relocating to Mars, creating space here for forests, wildlife, and cleaner air. But there's a flip side. Who decides who gets to go? Would it be only the wealthy, creating a divide between Earthlings and Martians? And what if the resources on Mars become the center of conflicts between nations? History has shown us that new frontiers often lead to power struggles. And here's something to think about. A one-way ticket to Mars with current technology costs about $500,000. Affordable for some, but for most, let's just say it's a dream for now. Even if Mars is habitable, life there wouldn't be easy. Growing food would be a major challenge. Scientists are experimenting with hydroponics and even using Martian soil to grow crops, but it's not as simple as planting seeds. Did you know Martian soil is toxic? It's filled with perchlorates, which are harmful to humans and plants. Robotics would play a massive role in building infrastructure. Imagine fleets of AI-powered machines constructing entire cities before the first settlers arrive. And power? Solar farms would likely be the main source of energy, but scientists are also exploring nuclear options for reliability. Here's the big picture. A habitable Mars wouldn't just be a backup plan for humanity. It could be a stepping stone to exploring even farther into the cosmos. If we can thrive on Mars, what's stopping us from reaching Europa or Titan, moons that may have oceans beneath their icy surfaces? Mars becoming habitable tomorrow might be a dream, but it's a dream that pushes us to think bigger, innovate faster, and imagine a future where humanity isn't limited to one planet. But let's not forget, Earth is our first and most precious home. As we dream of the stars, we must also protect the planet we already have. So what do you think? Would you pack your bags and move to Mars? Or would you stay here on Earth? Let us know in the comments. And if you love exploring the big what-ifs of science, space, and the universe, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more videos that'll blow your mind. Until next time, keep dreaming of the stars.